Hey, I know it's been a while since the last time that I posted one of my vlogs, but I finally found a day where I can just post something for you guys. So I decided to give you a Disney College Program vlog like I promised. Um, and this is going to be a long video because it's been such a long time. I decided that I'm actually going to post something and just talk about it for a while. And then after a few of my Disney College Program videos, I'm going to go back to my reviews because I have seen a couple of things that are new that I want to talk about with you guys. So I found out I have 3 subscribers. Hello to all 3 of you. That's really exciting for me because for like 2-3 months I only had nobody. I tried posting everywhere, my Tumblr, Facebook, wherever I could, and I've gotten a couple of reviews, but I'm moving up, so I'm excited. Before I talk about anything about the Disney College Program, first we gotta find out what the Disney College Program is and what it means. So, the Disney College Program is simply just a college program that you have at Disney World or Disneyland in Anaheim, California. And you get a paid internship there. You go there and you can live there. I know in Orlando, Florida, there's 4 complexes. There's Vista Way, the Commons, Chatham, and Patterson. I don't know what there is in California, but I know there's a lot less. And you can apply for any role when you go there, and you can go there for the regular program, which is, I want to say 4 months, and then the spring, which is around 6 months. I did the Advantage, which was from January to August of 2013. The Disney College Program I think it's amazing, and it's, to put it, not to be corny, but it's magical. It's amazing. You get to see people from all over the world, and you hear different languages every day, and you hear people all around you speaking different languages and part of different cultures, and then you learn about their culture, and then you can teach them about your culture. And even if you speak their language, even if you speak English and they're from Ireland or they're from across the United States, it's still interesting how we all, even though we're all in the same area, we all live differently, and we all come as one, which I think is exciting. So when you apply, there are so many roles you can choose from, and you're not guaranteed to get the one you want, or you just pick from the range and then you say how much you're interested in. You're really interested, not interested at all, like kind of interested, or there's like a none selection, or you just don't select it. I just don't select it. I didn't. And you just pick any one that you want, that you are interested in. There's Photo Pass, which is the people in the parks, and they stand around with the cameras and they can take pictures of you in front of the castle, which is pretty cool because I've met a lot of really nice Photo Pass people, and they have, secret pictures, I guess, where they take a picture of you and you're holding Tinkerbell, which I didn't even know about until I went to the college program, and I've been to Disney several times. There's one where you're flying away on, like, grabbing onto a balloon, like a regular balloon, and it looks like you're flying away, and it's really cool. I did housekeeping, there's custodial, character attendant, merchandising, fast, like, food and beverage. There's characters, but you have to audition for that. You can say that you're interested in it, but you have to go to an audition. So when you do the phone interview, which I'll talk about later, you can say that you want to be friends with somebody, or you want to be a great performer of any kind, and they'll schedule for the next audition. At least that's what they've done to me the 2 times I applied. There's also attractions, of course, and the lifeguard, recreation. There's so many roles to choose from, and you can just select them all or select a few of them, but they want you to make sure that you know what you want to do, and then you have you like a lot of things, that you have high interest in a lot of things. Because if they don't know where to put you, they'll put you somewhere where you definitely don't want to go. That's what happened to me. I guess I didn't fit anywhere else because I was like, I do not want to do merchandising. I've done it my whole life. I want to do something else. And I got housekeeping, even though I didn't have any experience. Or that wasn't even part of my major. Which usually doesn't matter. They say they'll put you where you want mostly, but there will be times that they will put you where you don't. So make sure you know what you want to do. So when you go to the college program, you wait at arrival days, like I said in my previous video, and you get your room key and your roommates, and like I said, go to casting, go get your apartment, and you always get an apartment. It is optional, where there have been people who live outside of the apartments because it's cheaper, but a lot of people just stay in the complex, and which is pretty cool because then you get in the know of all sorts of things. In each complex there are security guards, and you need to show your photo ID, and they will check it front and back, so there's no way that somebody who's not part of it can get in, otherwise, unless you sign them in, because there are people who have stolen IDs and be like, oh, I'm part of the college program, when they weren't, and they're just trying in to go to a party. In the complexes, usually, not all of them. I know in Orlando, they had it in Chatham, and then they had some in Vista, where they'll have parties, which is pretty much a lot of dancing, and then there's free food, which is always the best, because everyone loves free food. You get free stuff, you can meet characters, which that was my favorite part. I always went there super early, because my hours were always the same, and so I worked from 8 to 4:30, usually later than that, but by the time I got home, I can just get ready real quick and then head over to the event. And in the event, because there's characters, and then, or you could just go in the pool that's right there, depending if you're in Chatham, because I know in Chatham they have a pool right there next to where you meet the characters and stuff, because the characters are in a building, which is usually a classroom, and it's a lot of fun. You play games, and the DJ is super awesome. Any DJ that they get there, they really know how to liven up the party, and they know how to get you free stuff. And if you like free stuff, they'll make you play games or work for it. And I have gotten every free thing that you could possibly get at those events, because I went to every single one, except for one. I couldn't go because I was working, I think at that time, because I started PM shift. You can take classes when you get to the college program. It's completely optional. You can take online classes at your own college that you're at, or you can take Disney's. If you take Disney's classes, it is for college credit, or even if you don't use college credit, you could still take those classes. I did, and they're super fun. And then you learn all these new things. The teachers are absolutely awesome. Okay, so now for applying. When you apply to the Disney College program, you'll do a regular application. Just like anything else, with your job history, put your resume in, all that fun stuff. And then they'll send you an email. I also got, my second time I applied, I also got a text message, I think, where they said, no, I just got my email sent to my phone, that was it. And they'll send you saying, within this amount of time, they'll let you know when you can take the web interview, and then they'll send you another one saying you can now take your web interview. The web interview is just a series of questions. and you just answer honestly. Trust me. Just don't lie. With those things, they'll take anybody with a lot of personality and character, and if you have that, you're fine. Even if, because I know people who have barely even gone to work, they get points all the time, which are not good, because when you go to Disney, there is a point system. And if you get a point every time you call out, and it's not fun. And if you get a certain amount of points within a month or a certain amount of time, you can get termed and just sent home, which is not fun. But even if you say some things that you think that you won't get applied to the job, you probably will. The web interview is just a bunch of questions where it's like from 1 to 5, what's the most characteristic, what's the least characteristic about you, and make sure, I'm going to make another video about tips, and I'm going to add this in to the tips. When you answer them, either answer that it's strongly characteristic or least characteristic. It's like a 5 or a 1, or however big it gets, however long. But make sure you definitely know that, because they like people who are sure of themselves. Because if you answer like a 3 or a 4 sometimes with a 7, and then maybe a bunch of 5s like you don't know, which is like not characteristic or characteristic, it's like neither of those things, then they're like, well, these people are not sure of themselves, so they'll definitely not hire you. After the web interview, they'll send you another email saying when they're going to let you know when you can schedule your phone interview. And then they'll send you another email saying you can now schedule your phone interview. You schedule it for however time you like. Usually they do it within a few days. I think it's 5 is the most. I don't know. But they do it within a couple of days. And you say for at this time on this day. And they'll either call you early or late or on time. The first time I applied, they called me on time, maybe a minute early. And my second time, they called me, I think, 20 minutes late. So I'm like sitting there and quiet, just like panicking. I'm like, oh, maybe they forgot about me. Maybe I didn't get it. It was really scary, and I was just like, maybe they're not gonna call. I got scared, just thinking it's like the wrong day. But I was good, because it really depends how long they talk to somebody else, because they have a lot of other interviews that day. And make sure you collect the time that you want soon, because those times go like that. It goes real, they will like disappear. And then for your phone interview, it's not recommended or required, but if it helps you, again, I'm going to put this in my tips video I'm going to make. Dress nice, like businessy, I guess, or not, like Disney look. Trust me, you don't really need to, I mean, I would look up what the Disney look is before you go, because they're very strong on it, but it's pretty much just business casual. What that means is you can wear maybe like a blazer and a nice shirt and like really nice pants, no jeans. I think the dress, what I'm wearing, pretty much Disney look. I have a bunch of nice got some nice black pants. You can get them at Lane Bryant, Wet Seal. I'm not sure about Forever 21. I know you can get nice clothes at Forever 21. So anything like that, No sneakers. You can wear flats. You can wear heels. I don't know why you would want to wear heels. Wear dresses. But you could wear that, and then the phone interview can be from 10 to 30 minutes, depending on what it is. They're going to ask you a bunch of questions, just like a regular interview. And make sure, I'm going to put this in my tips. I'm going to make a tips video after this. Make sure you have a bunch of questions down. Write down everything that you're going to say, like write down your weaknesses, your strengths, and all these questions, even if you know them, write them down anyway. They love people who are so curious and interested in the company like that. And if you have so many questions, they're more than happy to answer all of them. And you'll most likely get in. Make sure you smile. They know when you're not smiling. They can hear it in your voice. Because you can hear when someone's just talking like this. But when you're talking like this, your voice just somehow changes and they just know that you're smiling. They can just hear it. For some reason, it just affects your tone of voice once you smile instead of once you're, frowning. Because you just know. After your phone interview, you have to wait a while. It really depends, and they'll let you know. They'll send you something where it says, congratulations, you've been accepted, and then after that, they'll send you a bunch of other emails telling you what your role is, how much you get paid, a video you have to watch. I know with housekeeping, I had to watch a video on housekeeping. And they send you something saying, like, to accept it, you have to accept the role. Once they say, okay, you're accepted, you have to accept it or decline it. If you don't answer it within a certain amount of time, they're just going to assume that you decline it, which is not bad. If you end up applying for all this and then you end up not wanting to do it, but then later on in life, you're like, hey, I want to do that again, it's quite all right. They'll let that go because they know that things come up sometimes. So it won't affect your chances of getting back in again. You could just reapply. Because I didn't get accepted the first time, I got accepted the second time, and then I did apply a third time after my program, but I realized I didn't have enough money and I wasn't ready to go back. So I wanted to wait until I was ready. And I declined, but they said, I even asked in my phone interview, and they're like, no, that's okay. And even though I asked that in my phone interview, I still got accepted. Because I was like, it doesn't matter does it affect anything if I decline? And nope. My roommate, she did the same thing. She declined one time, and she still got accepted. This is her third program, actually. She's in it right now. Something to know, the college program is for everyone who's in college or who's about to graduate. I saw people there who were in their 40s and 50s. If you're in college and your college, has the program and supports it, then you can apply and you can go to the college program. Because I saw people in the complex, like I said, in their 40s and 50s. Sure, there weren't a lot of them, but there were actually really nice people. I got to talk to some of them. I talked to this one lady. She was a housekeeper too, and she was telling me about all these, housekeeping stuff. And we had like a really nice conversation. So I was like, oh no, it's really hard. I've never done something like this. It's really stressful. And we just had this nice talk on the bus. And then we got off at the same stop and eventually went our separate ways into our apartments. So, and one of my roommates, I have a lot of roommates, she was actually graduating when she applied, and she got accepted, and so that was going to be her only college program, because once you graduate college, then you can't go back. But you can do the professionals. I know you can. You just got to do a lot more, and the professional internship is another type of college program. It's very similar, except you have to have a car. you get paid more, I think. Don't quote me on it. There's more roles, and there's a lot more different roles that you can apply for. And you have to, I mean, there is a complex, but it's very limited, so it's better off that you just find your own place to stay and to live, because you're going to be pretty much living there. It's like the more adult college program. And then once you get accepted, you can pack your bags and just start getting ready. So I hope you liked my part 1 of the Disney College program. This video was just explaining what it was, and then I'm going to make more videos on each process, like the interviews that I talked about, auditioning, because I'm definitely going to go to auditions soon, and you can follow me on my journey to auditions to see what it's like. I know I probably can't bring a camera inside, but I know I can film outside the studio, and then I can let you guys know what happened or what it was like or what we did, because all auditions are different. For face characters, they just have you stand there and they just look at every single person, and it's like really nerve-wracking. And then they're like, okay, go home. Or they just start like eliminating people, and it gets really nerve-wracking. I did general performer, because I really want to be a parade performer. And with that, we danced. They choreographed a quick dance for us. We only practiced it a few times, and then we had to march it. We practiced marching it twice, and then we got in groups. They brought a judge or somebody in for Disney, and then we had to do it. We had to memorize it that quickly and just do it. And that was like I was probably there for like a half hour, but it was like a learning it for 10 minutes. And then after that, you do a bunch of improv stuff, like you have to pretend to do something or be a character, and you can't make any noise at all, which shows that you can actually be a face character, but you also can be a fur character, like Winnie the Pooh, the Chip and Dale, Piglet, Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, anybody like that. Anybody who's in a costume, pretty much. So you could do that. And then, well, you can come on to my journey when I reapply, because I will reapply again, and maybe I'll see some of you there. I don't know. Hit that subscribe button so we can see more on the Disney College program stuff, and you can hear more of my reviews on some of the new things that I'm going to be seeing, reading, watching. Let me know in the comments below what your Disney College program was like, what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it, what kind of tips that you want to give other people, and I will put them in my tips video and give you a shout out if you would like. And if you haven't done the Disney College program, put what you expect from it, or if you're actually really interested in it, and what you want to do when you get there. Alright? So, I hope you have a magical day. Bye!